Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm actually in Manchester at Iberica restaurant to meet a certain Guillem Balague to get his perspective on the Champions League final between Real Madrid and Liverpool. Thank you so much for taking the time and speaking to us. I want to discuss a few things. Obviously, you know everything about La Liga. You've probably forgotten more than I'll ever know about La Liga. So I am going to pick your brain on Liverpool versus Madrid. I think the first thing that I wanted to ask you about really, Guillem, is what is it about Madrid that makes them so special in the Champions League?
So this is a team that goes around, looks around and picks the best of every house. So what they have is a bunch of winners. Not always been able to create a team out of that. It's not always easy to actually say to them, I know you've been very good wherever you've been, Isco, in Malaga or whatever, but I want you to do a job for the team, you have to run. I know you've been brilliant, Benzema, with the national side, not anymore, but I want you to work around Cristiano. Bale, the same. And what they have is because they come with a winning mentality by being the best of each team. They have an attitude of never give up. They have a history behind of exactly the same, a story that tells you how they. Thank you very much.
Wow.
They were about to be defeated, but they managed to. They managed to turn it around. You can go to so many cases in history. They were almost knocked out by Milan. They turned it around. Obviously, Atletico Madrid. So many times. And they know, this is I think very important in a time where we talk about coaching and style and philosophies, they know that they don't have to play well to win games. So, I don't know, Manchester City, Barcelona, Arsenal, even Liverpool, they have to play to their style, to the best of their capabilities to be able to win. Perhaps Liverpool a little bit more, a little bit less. Because Liverpool have got three finishers that can just kill a game. But generally, these teams have to play a certain way, be comfortable, and then win games. Real Madrid don't need that. Real Madrid go like, boom, 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 what we got?
Thank you.
Prawns. Gambas al ajillo. Thank you very much. I hope you're hungry.
Are you going to is it a jalapeno over there? Should we do this?
Yes, you can, but...
Have we got water?
Pimientos del Padrón, which this is peppers.
That's a sweet pepper.
You normally have them, like this, but one of them, or two, are really hot. So be careful.
A lot's been made in the English media of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he was a perceived weakness against Leroy Sané against Manchester City. They then, Roma towards the end of the second leg, through Xhaka, won him up front and tried to get that vertical leap on Trent Alexander-Arnold. Is that something that you envisaged happening in the Champions League final, where Ronaldo is played up front but is shifted over to Trent Alexander-Arnold's side, looking to get an edge?
That's not his game. That's not Ronaldo's game. He may do it every now and again because that's what he does anyway. But you're talking about a team that doesn't really necessarily have to adapt to the rival, doesn't do that. Same as Liverpool doesn't. So the adaptation will be to whatever formation Zidane decides to play. So would it be Bale, who's been playing really well? Would it be the BBC again? Would it be Isco behind Benzema and Cristiano? Would it be a fourth midfielder then? So depending on that, the team will play a certain way. But you know that they're going to try to control the game. They're going to want to have possession. They understand the game perhaps better than anybody, just because they're able to overcome difficulties better than anybody. The rest, everybody more or less can do. You're 1-0 up, you have to control, whatever. But they say Liverpool, and it can happen, and we'll go into that in a minute, but they got one bomb, 2-0. Game is not over.
No, it happened. I went to see them in the Bernabeu in 13-14. Obviously, was at the game at Anfield in 13-14 where they beat us. I think it was 3-0 at the time. And I remember sitting there at the time, and for me, they were a great Real Madrid side, and there's been loads of great Real Madrid sides, but it was the speed in which they hurt you that I sort of sat back and was like, I've not seen this before. It was all slow and then fast, and the ball was in the back of the net, and he's sitting there thinking, everything was fine 15 seconds ago, and then they turned something on. The speed of pass just is incredible. And then Ronaldo's free and he's put one in the back of the net and you're thinking, where did that come from? Are they still able to do that right now?
Yeah, no doubt. And does that sound familiar?
Yeah, like Liverpool?
Because it's Liverpool now, isn't it? And yes, are they able to do it? Of course they are able to do it. But they got more in their armour. But they've got so many weaknesses. So many weaknesses. I was with Rafa Benitez a couple of days ago, and we were going through the final. And he came out with something which has made me think, and I think it's a very good analysis. Intensity versus knowledge control. And the intensity of Liverpool, if they go at it from minute one, it's impossible to be matched by Real Madrid. Just by controlling the game, by controlling it in a conservative way, they're just trying to stop Liverpool going at that rate and at that pace. That will be the only thing they will be able to do, because, as I said, it could well be that they just go like boom, 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 aggressive from minute one, front foot, and then surprise Real Madrid that way. Because if that happens, Real Madrid are not used to that intensity.
Going into the final, a lot's being made in the press at the moment about Jurgen Klopp's record in his last 5 finals, not having won any of them. Does that give you cause for concern?
I'm trying to understand why, and I'm going to be lucky enough to meet Jurgen in a couple of days, and I'll try to discuss that. And I know he's going to brush it aside, because every game is a world on its own. But when it happens so often, it must be for a reason. Does he have to do with the teams that he produces? He produces teams where chaos is the main trait. That's why the Manchester City Liverpool games have been fantastic. It's like chaos versus control.
He's organised chaos, though. There are patterns to his play.
I wanted to describe them with one word. If you want to explain some more about it, we can go into it. But the essence of it is create something that is difficult to defend against, and it's difficult to control. There has to be chaos. Control is about making sure that everything that happens on the pitch is down to you, and is down to what you prepared in training. It's a clash of personalities, which, as somebody told me, it's like a nemesis of each other, but when one kills the other, not just kills him, absolutely destroys him. And it's happened. 3 times it's been that way. But it was 4-1 before it became 4-3. So those styles, not only, they're close to each other, they actually destroy each other. It's like superheroes at it, It's just fantastic. But that has got another element to it, of course, and we've seen it with Liverpool. If they have to dominate the struggle, and number 2, chaos sometimes is chaos. Chaos also can affect you. So it's going to be another test of that kind of theory. Does he have to be more control and less chaos? I don't know, because Real Madrid will actually make sure that they have their say and the game becomes what they want it to be.
Real Madrid are going to have a lot of the ball. They've got great players all across the pitch. Liverpool, I think, personally, and I don't know whether you agree on this, have improved defensively since Van Dijk's come in. Not only with Van Dijk, but also with Luis Karius being placed between the sticks. I think the lines played a little bit higher up since Karius, because he's going to come out and try and collect the ball a little bit more. There's probably a little more synergy and confidence between the centre-halves and the goalkeeper now. How do Liverpool make sure that the talking point coming out of this game isn't their poor defence?
I can write for you the review of the game, and it will be Real Madrid defended very badly, Liverpool defended very badly, but one beat the other because they were more effective up front. These are not 2 teams made to defend. They haven't got a defensive mentality. They just, both of them, one because he thinks is the best team in the world, just have to come out like that, full of players that's the only way they understand. And another one where they went like, this is taking us to here, so why change at all? And that's not based on defensive structure. And chaos has got that. If you're chaotic, if the ball reaches the other end very quickly, but that means that it also will come back very quickly as well if the other team is good. How are you going to defend that? It's so difficult. But yes, they've improved. Karius, you can argue. Certainly Van Dijk has made the team defend better because he takes better decisions, he doesn't rush, he's calm in his head. But the thing they've improved the most is collectively they retrieve better. So they move back better. They know the rules and responsibilities better. And that includes the front three, even though recently they've been allowed to just do their own thing a little bit. But that's how you can improve. Not just one person, not just one player, not just one goalkeeper. It has to be everybody defending better, because the defending starts with the front men. So.
Yeah. Well, listen, Guillem, thank you so much for the time. The depth of that knowledge has come across. You know, we've spent over an hour here. We've eaten, we've drank. It's been absolutely fantastic. So
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.